Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of Creators Inspire series. My name is Terry Shaw, and today we have a very interesting topic about the beauty of Tantra. I've always wanted to learn more about Tantra the first time I saw Kama Sutra movie, and also the first time I went to a white Tantra yoga session in New York City. I've always been fascinated by the terminology. There's just so much that we can learn about Tantra. And today we'll be talking with Jillian Sophia Jackson, who's actually a Tantra instructor, also event manager, and also the co-founder of Zencation Retreats. So Jillian is a wonderful soul. I met her a couple of months ago, and you know, collaborating through Zencation Retreats, it's just been an amazing experience being able to meet different people from all different backgrounds, but we're all connected on a soul level. And I love to hear what Jillian has to offer about, the beauty of Tantra. And a lot of us hear about it and it sounds so sensual and intimate, but there's just so much more. There's a spiritual aspect of Tantra that we might not realize. So I'm going to let Jillian in and then we'll just go ahead and start. So thank you for joining in. Waiting for Jill.
Hi, Terry.
Hi.
How are
Hi, Jill. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm
I'm waiting for this topic because there's so much more I want to learn about Tantra. And it's not just the intimate nature of it, it's also the spiritual aspect of it because there's so much we don't know about Tantra. When we hear it, we always think about sex and intimacy, but it goes way beyond that.
yeah.
And, so while everyone will see different people joining in, hi, Shauna. Hi, Masa. Welcome. So, first, I want to introduce yourself to everyone for those of you that do not know you, and also how did you become a Tantra instructor? So please go
So,
ahead.
my name is Jillian Jackson, and I am the co-founder of Zencation Retreats. I've also had multiple businesses. I've been an entrepreneur kind of my whole life. I feel like the last 10 years I've really just built other people's businesses, but then came into my own. And then I kind of got in this spiritual aspect as far as being able to meditate. And meditation was the first step for me, for really connecting with myself, being able to connect on higher powers. As far as like with Tantra, my actual business partner is the one who introduced me to Tantra. And it started off as Tantra manifestation, the part everyone loves, which is, the whole sex and all this stuff. But in reality, I had to like take it back a couple steps. Because one of the things that I realized was it really has to start with you. It has to start with you. It has to start with all of these different things that make you evolve as a person before you can really engage with someone else in that way.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I didn't know that you actually learned it. Who is who? I'm not sure who did you learn it from. What's his name?
Colbert.
Colbert? Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Yep. I learned information about him. He is also a teacher. He's a Tantra instructor as well. So I learned everything that I wanted to know about that through him. And then I still appreciate him and love him, but I had to really take that journey on another level for myself. So that's what I am now.
Okay, I might have to invite Cole here to talk about the male aspect of the Tantra because I didn't know that.
He's amazing. And he's such a good teacher. He's the meditation and all of that's where it started. When I was thinking about doing this today, I was thinking of like, okay, bringing it really far back because people really think of Tantra and immediately go to sex, but I want them to go far back of like, what does Tantra actually mean? Tantra means to weave. Okay, so you're literally
Mm-hmm.
mixing your energy. It's kind of like the Kundalini part of your energy that you're mixing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Mm-hmm.
people ask, like, what type of practice is this? Is this Hindu? Is this Buddhism? It's actually a both. It goes back before actually times were even written, where there wasn't even writing in certain aspects of it. And I know that you
Wow.
do a lot of history, so I wanted to bring a lot of the history into today because I wanted to make sure people knew that this isn't just a Western world type thing that popped up. This has been going on for, I think, since the 7th century. It goes back so far to where we're actually acknowledging all these different modalities that we're tapping into today in our lives.
Wow. Now, I mentioned earlier about the Kama Sutra. Is that also aspects of the Tantra as well? Does that
Uh,
ties into it?
Truly, that's not something that I've delved deep into. So
Okay.
I want to really go into that as far as like commenting on it. That would be more of like
Okay.
a whole thing. I think
Okay.
I know that it does have a lot to do with sex, but for
Mm-hmm.
me, I try to take it away from that. I try to take it
Good. Good.
really about us, about like you as a person.
Good. So, you talked about, Tantra as being focusing on you as a person. I did have the opportunity last year to go to a white Tantra event.
Okay.
With the white Tantra, I think Yogi Bhajan in Kundalini Yoga talks about the white Tantra and how you have to kind of use like a Z energy.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, sitting in it was in New York City, a big hall, and it was just so many different people. We're all wearing white, and we have a partner, we look into each other's eyes,
Mhm.
and so much came up because you think about, the fact that you're facing someone else, you're facing yourself,
Yes.
and it's just so much came up, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of guilt, a lot of shame. And, it made me realize how Tantra, as you said, it's always associated with sex. It really goes beyond that. It's really about digging within yourself.
Yeah.
Now, please, if you can share a little bit more about the history, because I feel like the history is so important.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about it being both aspects of Hinduism and Buddhism, and a lot of people, do not know that because yeah, please share because I can't go into it. I just did my own research and I felt like you guys are probably more, versed on the topic than I am. And, please share any information you can. Yeah.
So basically, one of the things that I learned was Tantra is like one of those topics that no one really truly knows every single detail about it. It goes so far
Yeah.
back that it's not like I can pinpoint, okay, this is the day it started, this is this.
Yes.
Like we were before the writing aspects. Even and that's
Mhm.
something that I'm learning all the historical things right now in a class that I'm actually learning all the historic, all of the backdated Tantra information. And one thing
Mhm.
that they said is if you're looking for a certain date, that's probably not going to happen. You're not going to be able to find like a specific. But as
Yeah.
far as knowing who was practicing this, as far as the Hinduism, they say truly, whoever they is that Tantra is in every religion because a religion, you're diving into love, one.
Yeah.
Tantra is a huge aspect of love, oneness,
Mhm.
being within yourself, finding that.
Mhm.
So when I say, like, I'm finding myself, I found myself because of Tantra, of
Oh.
different levels of it. I used to be one of those girls that was very in particular about posting pictures of like sexy pictures of different things like this. But then once I started learning Tantra, I was like, no, but I love my body. Like I love the
Yeah.
skin I'm in, the beautiful skin that I'm in. I embrace that now. So whether people thinks it's sexual or whatever it is, it's me, like I'm able to
Yes.
really
Yes.
enhance and be a part of that. So that's kind of what I've done. I've done research as far as that. So
Wow, that's great. I see people are coming in. Hi, Zara, and I see Alex and Abzur. Welcome, everyone.
welcome.
So the topic today is the beauty of Tantra, and Jill is sharing her knowledge base with us and wisdom
Yeah.
about the aspects of Tantra. Now, when we go into the actual practice, how do we, can you give us example about how do we engage with ourselves when it comes to Tantra, because like you said, it's all about focusing on the self and taking away from the aspects of having a sexual partner, trying to use it to manifest. But
Yeah.
how do you get to use Tantra within yourself?
Yeah. Okay. So this is probably my favorite part of it all.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I tell people is Tantra is the highest level of unconditional love. One,
Mm,
because you're letting go of control, you're letting go of labels. It's a shift in your mind that it's letting go of fear and judgment, because sex has a stigma of fear and judgment always around it, and so does yourself. So you're always judging yourself on, different body parts or different this, but
yeah.
just to genuinely love and like not have any holds on it, that is part of Tantra. So then going further deep is when I realized the self-love that I was able to have within myself. You can't love anyone else until you truly love yourself and know who you are.
Absolutely.
So, the first things that I would suggest to anybody trying to tap into their own energy probably would be like just loving your body. What is one thing that you love about yourself? What's one thing,
Yes.
Dancing, just feeling the energy within yourself. Yoga is a really great one. Body awareness. I feel like relaxing, being in your own energy. When's the last time you were literally alone, able to just, I go to the beach. I don't know if this is something that people have access to, but you could even do this in the bathtub. I literally just completely relax, head under the water, almost like you're in a meditation, and you're just with yourself. You're feeling your breath. And that's one
Hmm.
of the most important things is breath work. Zara actually taught me a lot of the same breath work that is in my classes that I'm taking, because
Hmm.
a lot of the breath work is the Kundalini, which she teaches also. So it's like, a lot of the things that I've had in my life, they kind of just align with what I'm learning now. So those are just a couple of the ways that I would suggest to people to do that.
Great. And you talk about breath work, and I practiced Kundalini, and this morning I had to do it because I wasn't feeling 100% when I woke up this morning. So I realized, I said, "Oh no, not today. I have to talk about Tantra today. You're not gonna stop this." And so I got up and I started doing breath work, focusing on my diaphragm rising, and the way I was sitting, in the lotus position, and I said to myself, we have the power of our mind to control about how we process pain or anything that's going on in our bodies. And you talk about honoring your body and taking a look at your body. And I looked at myself and I gave her a hug and I said, I love you. I love you. And you're gonna go and we're gonna talk Tantra today with Jill. It's not gonna stop, right? So, sometimes you have to give yourself that prep talk and that we're going to talk about it today. So it's just it's so important that you talk about the body and learning to appreciate the body, learning to appreciate yourself and accept what you look like. There's no change. God made you perfect just the way you are.
Yeah.
And understanding the energy that's within you, you can use it to transmute whatever pain or anything that you have and turn to something wonderful and glorious. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned about water.
Yes.
Now, water and Jacqueline talks a lot about. I always follow Jacqueline. She's
Yeah.
talking about water and using the power of water all the time. And for those of you who don't know, Jacqueline Nicole, she's also one of the persons who collaborate also with Zencation Retreats. It's a whole collective group of wonderful people. And, Jillian and Cole and Zara, I'm just so grateful for you guys just starting this whole collaboration effort. So with the water, how does Tantra relate to water? Because I don't know if you've ever heard anything about Tantra and water. Is there something? Because I did read an article and I didn't get too much into it, but I was like, I wonder if Jill knows anything about Tantra and water. How does this interplay?
Well, what's crazy is I'm a Pisces, like I'm a Pisces already, so I love the water. And then
Yes,
and I started,
I'm a Pisces too, so
oh,
that's awesome.
we love in the water. So literally when I've been diving into this, I I feel like water has everything to do with it. The water, when I go in the ocean, that shit is sexy. The way that it moves,
Yeah.
the way that it carries and embodies just something that you can't control that. That's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. You have to let it flow however it's going. And with Tantra, I haven't used water with Tantra yet, but that's exciting. I mean, by myself, yes, but with a person, I feel like that will be a deeper connection. Um,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's definitely something that I could see all the meanings behind it. I haven't read about it as far as like what it would do for you on a tantric level, but
Mm-hmm.
I do know that just that element alone is sexy, kind of just like that whole vibe.
Well, that is true, and you know, Pisces are some sexy people out there.
Yeah.
I see, I see. Yeah, the water signs are here. The water signs are here. I see Shauna is a Scorpio and Monte is a Cancer,
Yeah.
and I know Zara is a Taurus. So, but no worry, bulls love water too. It's okay.
Tantra on the beach, I think would be really great because imagine the breath work, the water
Mm,
behind you. You're
mhm.
literally able to go through those emotions and feel that. I feel like that's a form of the meditation, and it's a really great thing. And one thing about Jacqueline is she preaches water about different ways. The water
Yeah.
being hydrated all the time. Hydrated also decalcifies your pineal gland. So there's multiple ways that you're using the water in this. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely an element I want to keep in my life.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I did see Zara mention water at the beach. Tantra at the beach. Yes, that's water at the beach. Of course, there's water at the beach. Tantra at the beach. And everyone is saying my moon is in Taurus and Cancer as well. Okay, that's great. Water is so powerful. That is very true. Water is powerful. And integrating water with the aspects of trying to find your inner self is also such a very powerful thing because water is healing.
Yeah.
And you know, when I first saw that article, I thought, you know, it's so amazing. Water is like it's like wearing a black suit or a black to anything. It always blends in with everything, right? It just blends in with everything, and there's just you just can't go wrong when you're integrating water and using tantra.
Yeah.
Now, do you practice anything on a daily basis? Or is there any way you can practice like certain things using with tantra? You mentioned earlier about different ways, like you know, having the water run over you or doing breath work, but do you yourself practice it like on a daily basis, trying to tap into your energy?
All the time. I try and live in
Hmm.
that energy. Dr. Shelley literally was like a guru for me because she just dropped so many gems with her and oh my gosh, Kumar. There we go.
Kumar, yes, that was Kumar.
They just have such an amazing relationship that it taught me so much, and she lives in that orgasmic energy. So for
Hmm.
me it was a goal of living in my orgasmic energy by myself, like learning how to do that on my own, being able to tap into that energy in any moment. And it's not by doing anything like anything that people would be uncomfortable with. It's literally breath work. It's cycling my own breath work, feeling my own energy, because you can definitely feel your own energy without
Yes.
it being sexual. And I feel like a lot of
Mhm.
people go straight there, but it's a whole different thing. Sex magic is a thing within yourself. You can
Yes,
orgasm
yes.
within yourself and not need that other partner. So it's like you're trying to I think where I am in my mind is I'm able to cycle my own energy and manifest within myself because now I've been able to master cycling that orgasmic energy, and that does
Wow.
practice. Um, I think meditation's a huge part of it. I've been able
Mhm.
to meditate more now. I feel like I'm getting more clairvoyant. Like I'm able to like really just tap into different things. So, yes, breath work is one. Um, along a while ago, I wasn't doing affirmations. I like just started doing a lot of different things and I've combined them all. So in the morning, I wake up. I light sage. I sage everything down. I mean, my phone, my computer. I turn on mantra music,
Nice.
a couple different
Yes.
I listen to. And normally I try to do yoga, but sometimes I don't have, I feel like I don't have the time to do it. So I'll literally just sit in my own space for a couple minutes. And that helps me bring me back to reality of like, okay, I'm going to stay in this energy today. I'm going to do this. And when I woke up this morning, that was exactly the vibe. I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to put my energy. One thing that I can tell you is Tantra made me more present. It made me present
Mm.
in the moment. I've always had a wandering mind because I used to have anxiety really bad. So whenever I'd be uncomfortable in a situation, my mind would wander. Or if I have too much going on, it would make me like I wouldn't be present. Like I'm present with you. You have all my energy. This is the energy exchange. This is Tantra. This is
Yes.
me giving you my energy. This is still an energy exchange. So it's like it's crazy how all of a sudden it's love, and that's why I don't think many people can really put their finger on what Tantra is because it's so many levels to it that are unexplainable. So, Tantra, so Terry, we're having a retreat.
I know. I did see it for other chakras in November.
No, we're having one in December. That's an in-person retreat. And
Oh,
Yoni Awakening.
oh, and I'm right. It's a little bit far, but I just actually literally yesterday I took out my yoni eggs, and said I was gonna sage them. So thank you for you see how everything just always aligns. I took out my yoni eggs yesterday, and I said, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think I need to start using them again because I had them for so long and I had them sitting down. I was like, no, I need to start reusing this again.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay.
Eggs. You have to use your yoni eggs. That's something I do regularly now.
Yeah.
I have you ever heard of a yoni steam?
Yes, I did once. I did a yoni steam a long time ago when I just wanted to get rid of all the past energy that I've interacted with.
Okay, well, the person in here right now, her name is AK. She's the V
Yeah.
spot. I went and
Yes.
did that 2 weeks ago. I did some
Okay.
extracurricular things along with that, like a facial and all these different things. And I want to coordinate with that and do that at the retreat.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
That would be really great.
in Florida,
In Florida?
in person in Florida.
Oh, 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 oh. Let me see. Oh, let me try and see.
Virtually, but I'm trying to bring you.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. I can't commit. I can't commit
That's okay.
on the
Not on
spot, but
time. I'm
I'll
just
let
too
you
much
know.
pressure
I'll
for
let you know. Well, it wouldn't be such a bad thing, but it's just that I had so much going on planning from October, November to December that I'm trying to manifest. And I literally took up my yoni eggs and said, I'm going to use these yoni eggs right now to help me manifest. And
you.
that brings me back to a very important topic about how we can use Tantra to manifest.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't realize, I see somebody said sex magic
Mhm.
uh, in the comment section, but yes, sex magic is not just about being sexual or being, people think about sex, it's all about being, like promiscuous. It's not about that.
No.
Sexual is sex is a creative force. This is how we create. And in order to create, we need to understand the power of our orgasm and how we can use it to manifest.
Yeah.
So, how does Tantra relate to manifestation? If you can dive a little deep on
That's one of my favorite things.
it.
Basically, the way that I say it is Tantra and manifestation is when you and your partner, now we're with a partner, okay, because it works best when you're with a partner. And manifestation, you set intentions. Our intention is going to be that we are going to build a multi-dimensional business. We're going to do this. Whatever you're trying to manifest in that moment, you're on the same page and you're cycling your energy. You can legitimately feel it. Now, if this is something that you haven't cleared your chakras or you haven't worked on yourself, I'll be able to feel where the chakra is, where it's blocked. And I had chakras that were blocked in myself. My throat chakra is blocked. I was horrible. I wasn't horrible, but I wasn't the best with communication. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, that was felt. Different things. So once you're completely clear and you can cycle that energy, so that's why the self work comes in so important with cycling that energy. you know and that dives into different topics such as for men is semen retention. That's going to be a major thing for men that are practicing tantra, because you have to be able to practice semen retention. So we're cycling that energy. A lot of men, it takes 15 minutes for a woman to come to the peak of an orgasm. So if you're before that, then what's happening? What are we doing here? So it's like we have to educate our men just as well as learning ourselves. So that's one of the things. If you can get all of those specific things to line up, your man is awake. Your man is woke. Tantra, he understands his own spiritual journey and what he has going on. And then you're a goddess, a god, a queen, like you're these things. So when you both come to the table, you're whole. And that's where Tantra, that's that oneness. That's where it comes into play. You both are in this together and you can manifest. And the manifestations, example, Zencation Retreats was a manifestation of sex magic, or whatever people want to say. We created that business in August. It was a full up and running business with revenue by October.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the math for you of residual income, of keeping it in a real business, of making things happen. And that was something that was really big for me. But it didn't only manifest things in that way. It taught me to manifest things in my life. I wanted high vibrational friends in my life. I needed high.
Oh, who doesn't? I mean, for so long we've been recycling, low vibrational, repeating the same patterns, and then you have some amazing people who are just from so many different backgrounds, different race, different religion, just coming together, and it's so beautiful, and you just feel it within your soul that it's right.
Yes.
And these are your soul tribe. They change from time to time. Some leave and some come back, and you just honor that and realize that you're glad for that opportunity to be in their life, and the same vice versa, being your life as well.
Yeah, that's one of the things where I consistently am learning from the people that I'm around, and that's what builds me and makes me better. So everybody that I have in my life now came out of nowhere, but it didn't come out of nowhere. This was the universe. This is the universe, like, build, get your shit together. Like, here's your soul family. Like, you have real friends that are gonna say to you, okay, what's going on? Like, I can feel your energy shift. That's the thing, I feel your energy shift. Like, something's going on. And that's because we're connected, that's because we're all connected in a way where I would never change any of these relationships. So when I started Tantra, it changed everything in my life, because I started meditating more. I started taking care of my body. I met Zara and I started doing yoga daily. Then Shayna came in the picture, and affirmations. It's like there was literally just so many great things that popped into my life. I read your book. I was in tears, Terry, and not tears of like tears. It was like I was shedding those things that you were going through too, because I literally felt them. That's when I really learned that I was empathic. Like, I was an empath. Like, I'm taking on Terry's emotions and I'm crying, and like that was a real thing, so a lot of things. So,
and it's funny that you mentioned about my book, because when I do Creators Inspire series, I try not to focus more on me, because I try to focus on different people and where they are in their journey. And I feel like this is episode 8, and you're almost the 8th person who mentioned my book, who have read my book and mentioned my book. And I say to myself, that book came with a lot of tears, and at the time, I did kind of use the element of I was alone, I was single, I was using the energy that I had at the time to kind of use it to write this book.
Yeah.
And everything it was a release, like being able to not to be celibate
Hmm.
for these 2 years, helping me to write the books, write the thoughts that I needed to share with the world. And in some of it, I was like, oh my God, if I start putting names, I'm gonna get sued. And then all these things came up and I had to like hire a lawyer and all these different things. But then, if I was these things were supposed to happen, they will happen, and let them happen, because I know for a fact the universe or my soul is guiding me to write this. And when your soul is guiding you to write something or to do something, don't worry about what's gonna come next. Just believe and trust that it's right,
Yeah.
and just be prepared for whatever. And I just went out on a limb, a literal tree, the saber tree, and said, I'm doing this. And I hope whatever words that I write in this book is just transferring to and speaking to the hearts of different people who have went through one of those 26 experiences that I went through,
Yeah.
and how it can, something in that book, with it, the book talked about racism, it
Hmm.
talked about sexual assault, it talked about domestic violence, it talked about, when things that happen at work, if you work in an environment that can be toxic sometimes. We talk about many different things in our ideas, our belief systems. And Tantra had a lot to do with that. I did use the power of Tantra to kind of help write that book. And I think, you mentioned about learning it all starts with you, and then you'll be able to share that experience with someone else, which I am doing right now. So it does work like that, and that's amazing.
Yeah. And
That's
you know,
amazing.
as a queen, because that's what you are, you
Oh, thank you. You too.
enhance that and you make it to where it's like, you know how this works now. So
Mhm.
you're educating your man, but your man is still taking care of you. So it's such a
Yeah.
dynamic that it's just refreshing.
Yes,
One that I
it is.
share.
And my man just joined, so he's definitely listening to
Hey
this.
man. I think I might be in here too. I don't know what's going on. So okay, so I saw questions, but I feel like
Yes.
I literally rolled right past all of them. Um,
Okay. Yeah, let me see if I see the questions.
okay, let me see.
Is-
I'm here for the Yoni awakening. AK, I'm playing it with you because she's local with me, so I'm definitely wanting that. Okay, Masa said something. My boundaries. Oh yeah, you can definitely climax without touching. Oh wait,
Yes,
oh that was
absolutely.
a statement. I was just saying, yeah, you can do that. That's easy.
And
Um,
then Masa mentioned about the twin flame. Oh boy.
oh,
I
you're
don't even
twin
want to
flame.
start.
You know a lot.
I don't even want to start on the whole twin flame thing. But Masa said he's a runner and I'm the chaser, and I've been trying to cut the cords a million times. So Masa, appreciate that your twin flame came into your life for your own spiritual growth. There's nothing we can do. There's a lot of things that are out of our control. I was watching a TV series the other day, and I watch some TV series because I feel like there's something you can get from movies or from reading a book if you remain open-minded. So I was watching Lucifer, and in Lucifer, I don't know if anyone watched Lucifer on Netflix. When you hear Lucifer, Lucifer is the devil basically,
Yeah.
but the devil reincarnated on the earth so that he can have a fun time and exercise his free will against God's will. And it's a very interesting TV series if you remain open and don't think, oh, this is the devil, I'm gonna turn or anything. Just be open-minded to what you watch, because I've heard people say that, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, if you watch it, there's an instance where he connects with a detective in the spoiler alert, but you can watch it. The detective in the TV series, and how he talks about he was falling in love with her and he didn't know why, and she was the only person that made him vulnerable. He was used to using his charms to seduce other women, but it didn't work on her.
Mhm.
And I thought about that, and I was watching, this sounds like the twin flame. And he was angry at God for designing her to be in his path,
Wow.
and knowingly knows that they cannot be together, but he still works with her and accept that, he's always going to be connected with her.
Mhm.
So I thought about the twin flame journey and say, we've all connected with our twin, whether on a sexual level or whether, we met them once and suddenly our life starts transforming in ways we can't even imagine. And just understand that it's part of the design. It is part, I do feel it's part of the design, because if I didn't meet my twin flame, I probably wouldn't be right here talking about this, because that's what actually activated my spiritual awakening.
Wow.
And and then knowingly, will also feel like your twin flame will lead you to the person that you're really supposed to be meant to be with. So not everybody will be with their twin flame, and not everybody, will stay separated from their twin flame. So that's a whole nother topic that I will talk about on a different, but we're gonna stick to Tantra.
Yeah.
Because if
Okay.
I get into the twin flame
I know.
storylines, it's gonna get ridiculous.
That's one of the things. So I know we were talking, so we've gone over a couple things. So one, I want people to know that for me, Tantra does start with yourself. It has to start with you, has to go with you. Of course, you're going to bring it into your partner, and it's probably going to be the best sex you'll ever have in your life. But
Yeah.
first, you need to really connect with yourself, and then we can move on to higher and better things. One thing that I was reading, and I wrote a whole bunch of notes, so I'm gonna just blurt them out, and then just
Yes, please go ahead, please.
yeah. So if you find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency and vibration. A lot of Tantra is very much internal. You're feeling your breath. It's all vibrations, and that's where the water comes into play with the vibrations and different things like this. So connecting to, if you're too masculine, you're connecting to your feminine. If you're too connected to your feminine, then you're connecting to your masculine. You want to be balanced in both of those to be able to really connect. It's like a yin and yang, right?
Mm-hmm.
Setting intentions, that's probably one thing that I feel like a lot of people forget. You want to set
Yeah.
intentions for what exactly you're doing Tantra for. That's one thing that I can tell you, that anytime that I wasn't practicing Tantra the last year, it was purely celibacy. I was not having unconscious sex is so unattractive now. I don't deal with men who cannot understand the frequency that I'm on. It's just something mentally I cannot do. I can't entertain low vibrational sex. It actually feels like a waste of my energy, and then I'm
It
mad
does
at everybody.
waste of energy. It really does. It does.
Then I'm
I
mad at
agree.
everybody in the scenario.
Yeah.
So, before we end it, I wanted to do affirmations. I know that we have some things, but I was really sitting here today and thinking about, like, okay, the affirmations that I use them daily, and they're always I am. And one thing that I realized is I can never say I am for you. I am is always me. I am. This is for me, for myself, for my growth. So those are the affirmations that I want to use today when we're going over whatever we're talking about. Yes, it is a complete waste of time.
Yes.
I can't. You're better off energy within yourself than giving someone else your energy. That's another misconception, is that women can orgasm and you can orgasm 9 times. Well, you're still giving him your energy. So is that person who you really want to share that with? Because if it's not, then you're still giving someone some sacred energy exchange. That is what sex is. Until people acknowledge you can legitimately create a child from this, that is what the bigger picture is. We're bringing in life, sacred life. You don't think we can build a business? You don't think we can manifest whatever we want in our life, and we can create a child, someone that
Yeah.
breathes, like it makes sense. Like,
Of course, absolutely.
yeah. So those are the things that when I started realizing those types of synchronicities with Tantra, it made me want everyone to know. It made me want everyone to be able to have that feeling inside of them, feeling the energy cycle in and out of your body. That was something I'm like, every woman has to feel this energy. Every man
Absolutely.
deserves to feel this energy. It's just, it's selfish for me not wanting to teach you. That's literally how I felt. So that's kind of where I stood with it for a long time. And I feel like now I'm really diving into it in different ways. I'm tapping into my own sexual energy. And I just want to teach women that we're fucking powerful.
Oh, absolutely.
And this energy is not to be played with. And you can do all of these things by yourself, with him, without him, whatever you're trying to do. It starts with you. So for me, what I'm doing in my practice now, once I'm completed this course, I'm going to be teaching women how to tap into this energy. So it's funny how when you asked me, I didn't really know like what topic I was going to do. And then you picked the topic and I was like, well, shit, if that doesn't fit perfectly into what I have going on.
And it's funny because I wasn't sure, like, should I talk about more about Zencation? But then Zencation, it's in integration of everything. So I said, when I learned that you're a Tantra instruction, I said, yeah, I think I've had her talk about Tantra.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was it. You know, a Zencation is a tribe and it's beautiful and we have so many people, but the individuals in the tribe are what make us. So me as an individual, me being a Tantra instructor, me planning anything and everything and building businesses, that's my superpower. But you got so many superpowers. You're an amazing author. Shayna's over here writing everything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just her affirmations are amazing. Heather.
Yes, Shayna's affirmations are amazing. And Shayna's transparency, I just love it. Shayna is definitely, she knows she's already gonna be here soon on this show. So definitely with her transparency and Masa. So I can't wait for that as well. And it's just so many beautiful people in Zencation retreats. So Jill, please share with everyone. For those of you who are new, some of you are more viewers from Jill's side and from viewers from my side, so we're all integrating here. Please share how we can reach out to Zencation. I reach out to you if you need an event planning in Florida. You're from Florida, correct? Yes, and even if it's online retreat or whatnot, anything, how can they reach out to you?
So they can always reach out to Zencation Retreats. It's at Zencation Retreats. I'll put it in here so everyone can see. You can go follow it, or you can just go like some of the things. It's really just we're building a lot of different platforms for healers to be able to have a platform to speak their truth. That was the whole purpose of Zencation Retreats in the beginning. My personal page is Jill's Truths 101. 101 is a portal, so I even did that purposely. And Jill's Truths became a new thing that I started to do because I feel like I am helping everyone else build their business, but what's my truth? What is me? What's my? And when you start to dive into those types of topics, it becomes your truth. And I was doing the naked truth for a while, but the naked truth became too sexual. I needed it to be raw, emotional, mental, everything, truth. For women, for men, everything. So that's how you'd get a hold of me as far as that. We are doing a chakra retreat. It's chakra aligned chakras. That's going to be major. We took a break. So like November is going to be the chakra retreat. And then we're going to do the in-person retreat. That's going to be in December. And we did that in Florida. If you want more information about that, please come.
Yes, please send it to me. Yes. And I'll share it as well with all of the viewers.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's going to be a woman's retreat. It's very exclusive. I'm only doing 10 to 12 spots. We want to really engage with who we are there with and build those bonds because it's just going to be on the next level. So thank you for having me here. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know you're super busy and you have so much going on, but thank you, for taking your time out to explain Tantra. And for those of you who are just coming in, The video will be available on Instagram and also my YouTube channel, Terry Shaw Inspires. And
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the Chakra retreat, and I can't wait to hear more about the Yoni
Yeah.
retreat in December. This is going to be powerful.
I know.
Wow.
I'm
So
ready.
thank you so much, Jill. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty. You take care. So thank you everyone for joining in. Tantra, what a powerful topic. Thank you, Shana Masa, and thank you for everyone who came in and engaged in the comments section. If we didn't answer your questions, just be sure we'll definitely have this topic going forward. There's just so much we can learn about Tantra and using the power of our old sexual energies to manifest self-love, to manifest money, happiness, more truth within ourselves. Join me next week with Chantel Mitchell, teacher. She's a teacher, graduated from Howard University, and also the co-founder of CAMPSA, which is Camp South Africa. I've been working with her for the past 2 years. She manages a nonprofit organization in South Africa, and I'm proud to be, part of this for the past 2 or 3 years. And we'll be joining. She'll be discussing. The semester has started, or the new school year has started for a lot of kids. And who best to talk about a new school year than a teacher, an actual teacher who has to be in the classroom? So join me next week. Thank you, everyone, and have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Take care.